And you're welcome back from that short break. Please do note that you can listen to us via our website on www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. Now, the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged global leaders to honor the $100 billion annual climate finance commitment made to support climate adaptation and mitigation efforts, especially for vulnerable developing nations. Tinubu made the call at the 30th session of the Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change (UNFCCC) COP30 in Belém, Brazil, where he highlighted Nigeria's progress towards building a resilient, low-carbon future. In a statement signed by the Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas Lawal, the President reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to collaborating with bilateral, multilateral, and private partners to mobilize resources, share knowledge, and accelerate innovative solutions for a just and sustainable transition. Nigeria's First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has urged Nigerian women to embrace humble beginnings and harness digital skills to build stronger economic futures. Small, consistent steps often lead to transformative success. Speaking today in Abuja at the closing ceremony of the 2025 Women ICT Training and Empowerment Program organized by the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, in partnership with the Renewed Hope Initiative, Senator Tinubu said the steady expansion of the scheme since its inception demonstrates Nigeria's growing commitment to equipping women for a technology-driven future. While reaffirming her commitment to digital inclusion, the First Lady declared that women will play an increasingly decisive role in shaping Nigeria's technological and economic trajectory. The Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has stated that the recent attack on Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, Kwara State, highlights a pattern of ongoing assaults on Christian communities in vulnerable areas across the country, which it has consistently raised with government authorities and the international community. In a statement today in Abuja, CAN President Archbishop Daniel Oko expressed sadness over the violent attacks on the church in Kwara, where worshippers were killed and several others abducted during a prayer service. He further noted that although official responses have often dismissed fears of targeted violence, the frequency and intensity of these incidents continue to raise legitimate national and global concerns. The federal government has commenced an investigation into the collection of the electronic money transfer (EMT) levy between 2019 and 2022. The inquiry is being coordinated by the Inland Revenue Monitoring Committee of the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission (RMAFC). According to a statement issued today by the head of the Information and Public Relations Unit of RMAFC, Mariam Umar Yusuf, the investigation is being led by the Commissioner representing Oyo State, Dr. Kolade Daniel Abimbola. Still on the local scene, the Federal High Court in Abuja has today convicted the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, on a 7-count terrorism charge brought against him by the federal government. Justice James Omotosho, while delivering judgment in the case, found him guilty on all counts, which include engaging in acts of terrorism, belonging to and leading a proscribed group, threatening and killing security operatives, burning properties, concealment, and importing an unregistered radio transmitter. Justice Omotosho, however, based his decision on what he described as uncontroverted evidence that was presented before the court by the prosecution. Meanwhile, a member of the House of Representatives, Obi Aguocha, from Abia State, also pleaded with Justice Omotosho today to show mercy to Kanu, whom he described as a brother, friend, and constituent. And lastly, on the local scene, the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has disowned a pamphlet circulating on social media that purportedly advises corps members to pay ransom if kidnapped, describing the document as fake and not its official publication. In a statement issued via its X handle today, the NYSC management clarified that although a consultant had presented a similar document for consideration in 2021, it was not adopted. The NYSC, however, reassured corps members and the public of its commitment to their safety, noting that it continues to work closely with security agencies and other stakeholders to enhance protection for staff and corps members. And that's it on the local scene. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We now go on a break, and when we come back, we bring you foreign, business, entertainment, and sports news. Do stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
And you're welcome back from the break. You're still listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We now move on to the foreign stories. On the foreign scene this evening, Hong Kong has charged 4 people today over social media posts telling others not to vote in an upcoming election, while city officials pressed on with a publicity drive to boost turnout. Beijing revamped Hong Kong's electoral system in 2021 to ensure that only patriots could hold office, and the December 7 poll will select a second batch of lawmakers under those rules. Meanwhile, authorities have charged a 68-year-old retiree with the national security crime of seditious publication, saying he had repeatedly published posts online that provoked hatred towards the government and incited others not to vote. Still on the foreign scene, Pope Leo XIV has called on the Italian Church to develop a culture of prevention on clerical child abuse after criticisms emerged that the Church has been slow to respond to the global crisis. However, a survivors group expressed disappointment that the pontiff did not go further in demanding action from the Italian Bishops' Conference, which was holding its General Assembly in the town of Assisi. The Pope, however, stressed the importance of welcoming and listening to victims, appreciating the Church for efforts it has put in protecting minors and vulnerable adults. And that's it on the foreign scene. We now move on to our business story.
Diamond FM Business News.
In our business news this evening, Nigeria's pension industry has continued to its steady climb in September 2025, with a total pension assets rising to 26.09 trillion naira, up from 25.90 trillion naira in August. The increase represents an 0.75% month-on-month growth and a strong 23.44% year-on-year increase, which underscores sustained investors' confidence despite mixed capital market conditions. Fresh figures released by the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, shows that contributor registration under the Contributory Pension Scheme CPS also went upward, growing at a 0.42% rate to 10.93 million, marking a continuous onboarding of new participants even as economic challenges continues to persist. And that's it in business. We now move on to entertainment news.
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
In entertainment news this evening, Nollywood actress Oluwabukola Awoyemi, popularly known as Bukola Arugba, has raised an alarm over the abduction of 3 members of her family during the recent attack on a church in Kwara State. The actress disclosed this on Instagram, saying her relatives were attending a midweek service when armed men stormed the building. Bukola described the incident as a heartbreaking experience for her family, appealing to security agencies to intensify their efforts and ensure the safe return of all victims, stressing that the rising level of insecurity is becoming unbearable for ordinary Nigerians. And that's it in entertainment. We now move on to our sports stories.
Diamond FM Sports News.
In sports news this evening, the Democratic Republic of Congo is set to face New Caledonia or Jamaica in the final of the Intercontinental Playoffs for the 2026 World Cup taking place in Zurich today. The 6 nations who made the playoffs now know the exact path they must take to secure one of the last 2 available spots. As a seeded team, DR Congo can be pleased with a favorable bracket. They will face the winner of the New Caledonia versus Jamaica showdown, a draw that stands out as one of the most advantageous of this edition. Still in sports news, Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong is said to be weighing the possibility of retiring from international duty following Nigeria's disappointing failure to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, a result that has intensified criticism of the squad's overall performance. Respected journalist Mike Osireme, also known as Mike the Pundit, revealed that the veteran defender may step away from the national team ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON, scheduled to take place in Morocco this December. In a post on X, Mike explained that the 32-year-old confided in his teammates during an emotional discussion in the dressing room after the loss to the DR Congo, expressing uncertainty about his future with the Super Eagles. And that ends our sports news. And with that, we've come to the end of news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights. President Tinubu urges world leaders to fulfill $100 billion climate finance pledge at COP30. Court convicts Nnamdi Kanu on 7 terrorism charges. Federal government probes electronic money transfer collection from 2019 to 2022. On the foreign scene, we told you that Hong Kong charges 4 people over election boycott posts. In business news, Nigeria's pension assets increases to 26 trillion naira despite market volatility. In entertainment news, Nollywood actress Bukola Arugba cries out after church attack in Kwara. In sports news, DR Congo to take on New Caledonia or Jamaica in Intercontinental Playoff final for 2026 World Cup sport. Before we go, did you know that on this day in 1999, the Nigerian Armed Forces carried out an attack against the predominantly Ijaw town of Odi community in Bayelsa State? The massacre was reportedly ordered by the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Vice President Atiku Abubakar. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM newsroom number on 0916 062 7526, 0916 062 7526. On behalf of the production crew, I am Nedu Okorie. Thank you for listening to your Shining Supreme station. A very good evening to you.
Lisa's May every single time Lisa